Ever seen a boat that's built like a tank and moves like a sports car? Well, I found one at this year's Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. This is a one-of-a-kind boat with some unique and rare features you won't find in South Florida. Come along as we uncover what makes this boat so different from anything else here. What's up, guys? We got a special video for you today. I've never seen one of these at any of the South Florida boat shows. A weird boat for these shows, but this is the ALUKIN CW 750. These boats are super cool looking. As you guys know, I love the pilot house style boats, and we don't get many of those here in South Florida. So I saw this and I had to take a look at it. So as you can tell, this almost looks like a big, work boat, almost like a barge. It's super nice. It's 26 feet in length, and it's powered by a Mercury 250. It's fairly light for its size. So even this 250 pushes this 26-foot boat to 50 miles an hour, which is pretty nuts. So let's go take a look at some of the specs on it. All right, so let's look at some of the specs on the ALUKIN 750. So it's 26 foot, 0.7 overall with a beam of 7.7, a draft of 3 feet, and 52 gallons fuel capacity, a weight of 3,400 pounds, and a max horsepower of 300. I was talking to the gentleman, David. He was explaining to me that this boat is custom and it's hand welded, so it's no machines, everything's hand welded, and you could customize it however you want. Let's start at the stern. So back here, we're gonna start the starboard side, and we got a storage area here with some drainage. I don't know much about aluminum boats. I couldn't tell you too much about the construction. And we said this was powered by Mercury 250. And yeah, we got some storage. We got David from the Nimbus Group, all the way from Canada. Brought this boat all the way from up there. So these boats are actually made in Sweden, right, David?
Sweden.
Correct. So they're made in Sweden.
They're built for the North Country. So you can see we have an automatic bilge pump, but if that freezes in cold weather, you actually have a manual one here.
Oh, look at that. I was wondering what that was.
Self-bail it if you need to. If ice gets built up in your bilge pump, it's obviously not going to pump. So it's nice to have the backup.
I see. Being from South Florida, like I don't know much about ice and stuff. I stay away from that stuff. So.
Hey man, I don't know anything about lizards.
And so for some reason, people when they go to Florida, they're like, oh, I could never live there because of all the alligators. It's like I never see alligators. Do you have access to see in the bilge or no?
No, it's all sealed.
So this is all sealed.
I've left some in the water all year, and I haven't even had to turn on the bilge pump.
Really?
And I've tried to pump it out manually, and they're so well sealed that I never even have any water.
So water never even gets in there. The only way I guess would be maybe something here, but not even.
There, but the backwash is very minimal on these.
I like this bilge pump idea. This is cool, just as a safety thing. That's awesome. I never seen that first time.
Typical for ALUKIN. It seems like they're probably the only brand I've seen that keeps that permanently mounted on.
Huh. I saw that this is like I think 53 or 58 gallons. Can you make the fuel tanks bigger?
Unfortunately, not at this time.
Right.
That's again one of the things that I think they're going to work on in the future is getting bigger tanks as you get bigger motors. Right?
Cool. So back here, not a ton of space back here. David did tell me though that they build a model that has what's called an aft cabin, so it can. So this part comes all the way to the back and you have more bow space up in the front. So we got some storage over here, and then everything drains overboard through these scuppers, right? Let's go inside and check this thing out, man. The welds on this, I don't know much about welding, but it looks real clean, man. And everything feels like real heavy duty. Doesn't make any noise. All right, let's take a look inside. All right, so there's a step down and then there's another step down, and I'm gonna come in here and close the door. Let's see how quiet it is in here. So as we come in here, we have a bench, and David was telling me that this actually turned into a berth. You can actually, there's tons of storage down there. And you got your electrical stuff, your ACRs down there with your batteries. I'll show you that in a second. And over here, we got more storage. I mean, that's huge storage in there. And then, yeah, this turns into a berth. You got some grab handles up there. You got some vents for the outside. And this interior, it looks like it's got like this plastic fascia here. Got some hooks up there. And then coming up to the helm, you have some storage cubbies down in here. Got some water stored in here. And then it looks like these are hydraulic or shock absorbent seats, as you can tell. See this? So let's take a, I've never sat in, well, I think I've sat in a couple of these, so let's take a look. Oh, look at that, that's so cool. Man, this is great. That's great for your back when you're in a chop. All right, so over here you have some battery switches and a radio. Looks like a radio over here. You got some more storage. Your throttle, and you have a, looks like a 12-inch Simrad. Looks sweet. Yeah, 12-inch Simrad. Trim tabs. Got a bow thruster up here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 switches here. You get a 360-degree view. Lots of windows up here. Oh, and this, look at this. Holy crap. Now that's nice, man. Look at that. A nice sunroof. So you get some airflow in here. Let's close that back up. All right, let's take a look over here on the co-captain's chair. So again, you got shock absorbent seats here also. Check this out, and you got a little cup holder down here, little box up in here. Look at that. This is for your diesel heater vents. And then up here on the windshield, you have 3 windshields and what looks to be 3 windshield wipers. And then you have a door to access the bow. So this opens up. All right, let's come up here to the bow. We're gonna close this door real quick so we got more space. So we got some grab rails up here. Up on top of, on the roof, you have a radar arch with your radar. You have your GPS, your Simrad GPS, and you have your navigation lights as well as some spotlights up there. And then up here at the bow, you have a whole bunch of cubbies on both the port and starboard side. And then you have a little storage unit right here. And this is for your diesel heater. So that's your little fuel tank for your diesel heater, so it's actually not inside. And you got another scupper back in there that drains any water out. More cubbies on this side, and then you got a lot of space up here having this ATV. So like if you wanted to, you can drive this thing up onto a beach, up into the rocks, and you can drive off in your ATV. This model does come standard with the actual gate that comes up with the cables, but they have a hydraulic one that's an option. I love these style boats. Just the whole cabin, I'd put an air conditioner in it if I was here in South Florida. The only problem is that the heat, it gets very hot to the touch. So you can actually, I was talking to David, and people, what they're doing is they're wrapping these style boats with like in white, kind of take that heat off of the aluminum. ATV is also on sale, but it's included in if you buy the boat at the MSRP price. So this boat is in the mid hundreds, so 150, 160 for this 26 footer. It's customizable. I think it's a pretty good deal. Let me know what you think. If you guys like it, please comment down below if you guys have seen this. We don't get to see these style boats at all here in South Florida, so I was really excited when I saw it. I had to film it. I had to show you guys. If you guys know any boats like this, write it down in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.